Hello everybody, how's everybody doing today? We are out here currently in White Pocket, Arizona, northern part of Arizona. We're out here shooting some landscapes. We left Prescott this morning. Took us about 4.5 hours to get here. Pretty easy drive actually. Years ago when I came here, the road to get here was really soft. The sand was terrible. So this time it was actually really easy. It's really beautiful out here right now. At the moment, we're just waiting for the sun to come out. So hopefully that comes out. We got a nice little break in the clouds up here. It's looking good. Once that sun pops out, we're going to get some nice light all over these formations. So right now I'm just currently shooting what's out here. I took a couple shots already. Kind of nice. Still needs some light to it, but it's looking good. So this place is amazing though. It's about, from the way we came, it wasn't too bad. But the other way you come from the north, from like the wave area, it's about 30 miles on dirt roads. And then the last 10 miles is like soft sand and some light off-roading. So not super easy to get here, but once you get here, it's amazing. About a half a mile from the cars to walk. There's some soft sand and you're out here. And everywhere you look is just the most beautiful landscapes you can see. So hoping that light pops out. I'll pop back in here when that light pops out and we'll start talking a little more about the composition and everything. But right now, this is what I'm shooting. It's looking great. We got Joe out there and we got Dan over there. And then my friend Andrew and his friend Nick are out exploring somewhere. So everybody's kind of doing what they're doing, but it's gonna be a fun time. All right, I'll pop back when the light comes out. All right, so that light just popped out right over there and it's looking amazing. Kind of washing out the colors a little because it's still pretty high up in the sky, but it's definitely bringing a lot more contrast into the scene. Trying a couple just wide shots, trying a couple of those, and then I think I'm going to do a couple vertical shots and then I'll move closer. Kind of use, if you see all these leading lines, use them to my advantage. I think a good wide angle shot would work perfect for those. So right now, just getting a couple just very simple, just standard shots, 45 millimeter. I'm using the fins as kind of opposing shapes leading up to the other side with all these fins and stuff and lines running through. It's turning out really nice. So we'll take like 2 more shots of this, do some verticals, and then move a little closer with the wide angle. I think that's going to look perfectly. But with that light out, it's a lot better. All right, let's switch you vertical and see how this works. I don't know how it's gonna work because you are attached to the camera. All right, let's see. Okay. Fire off a shot before the light goes away. And bam, not too shabby. All right, let's move it down a little bit, adjust. Real simple, shooting f8 as always, ISO 100, 1/250 of the second. That light just disappeared again. Big giant cloud came over, so I think I'll move a little closer, switch to some wide angle shots now, and then maybe we'll move to a different spot. But yeah, you'll see me back here when we find something else. Alright guys, so the light has popped out again. We have moved closer. We are now with a wide angle lens. What I'm trying to do is just get some of these leading lines, but from close up. So right now I am at 24 millimeters. And when you get this close, you have to focus stack. So we're going to do a couple different shots, and you just change the focus from the foreground to the midground and to the background. Usually when you're shooting like a wide angle like this, you're not going to have any issues with needing like 5 or 7 or 10 shots. Usually wide angle you can get away with 3 shots. If you want to be a little more precise, go ahead and shoot the extra shots. I know that my Nikon D850 has a mode built in where it will automatically focus bracket for me. I don't use that very often unless I need like super close focus stacking. So I usually just do it manually. Like I said, the best way to do it is to just go for like the closest part to your lens, the bottom part of your frame, get that, move up a little, kind of the center of the frame, get that mid part, and then get the background. Usually you have a lot of focus that comes off of that background, so it all blends together perfectly. And then after you do that, you can take it into Photoshop and combine them all in layers there, but I like to use a program called Helicon Focus Pro. That just like does everything, so it's perfect. But yeah, when you're getting close like this, you need to focus stack, because otherwise you're not going to get the full depth of field. Either you're focusing on the background and everything in front of it's blurry, or you're focusing on the foreground and everything behind it is blurry. And while that may work for like certain shots, I just think a lot of times, like with my personal landscape photography, I like to have everything in focus. It just makes everything so much smoother. But this light is nice. It's adding a whole lot of contrast. I know you guys can see it through the camera, or you can see the different fins and everything. But I like when the light just gets blocked out just a teeny bit. Kind of is a little smoother, a little more cleaner to the eyes. So I'm waiting, right? Shoot some real quick shots. Yeah, but this scene isn't very far, so the 3 focus stack is working perfectly. I know it's pretty easy to tell when you get into like Lightroom or Photoshop which photo is which, because you can see by the focus. But a lot of times people will put like a black image before and after, like cover their lens with their hand just so they know. I feel like that works especially better when you're doing like the long focus brackets, like 7, 11, or like even 15 shots, which a lot of times I feel like in landscape you really don't need that many, unless you're like getting right up on like that little pebble out there or something. So usually 3 to 5 is perfect, especially with wide angle. Like I said, you're doing like a 70 to 200 focus stack, yeah, you're gonna need 15 shots. Last year when I was in Alabama Hills, I was shooting the lupines in front of Mount Whitney, and yes, I was shooting 70 to 200, so I had to, focus stack all that, and that's where I used the automatic mode on my D850, because it was just so much easier, instead of having to, manually choose like 15 shots. So this is perfect. This is beautiful. I'm gonna wait till that light barely pops out again and get some more shots, but after this, I'm going to move to a different spot, see how it looks over there. Hopefully get some better stuff. All right, I'll catch up to you guys over there. guys, so the end of the night is coming. I just flew my drone for probably over an hour, getting some drone shots. That was a lot of fun. Came up here to the top of this cliff area. I loved how the leading lines were leading down through this canyon. You got the two columns side by side on those. It's very beautiful. I shot it right now before I got the camera recording. Got a little bit of the light touching the peaks here and there. So it turned out really nice. I think I'll take a couple more shots right now with how soft the light is. It's looking really beautiful. This place is absolutely stunning. I just flew the drone and everywhere you look is like a beautiful shot, like everywhere. So I look forward to making like a drone video to put up on YouTube as well as maybe put up this little blog. Yeah, beautiful night, beautiful day. The light is cutting behind the clouds. It's probably still like looks like it's another 30 minutes till sunset. And the light's going behind the clouds, so I don't know if we'll get anything else. If we do, I'll definitely post the pictures on here on this video, but if not, nonetheless, still a beautiful day and a beautiful time out here. Thank you for joining me in this video. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Hopefully somewhere as extremely beautiful as this. We will see. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining. We will see you next time.